Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Crimson Pharaoh, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Wyvern 13. This is the current team that I'm running, so we'll just get right into the hunt. I'll show you guys one or two runs, show you guys some of the things where it can fail, and some of the things where, as long as you're doing this, you're succeeding. Really, as long as you get enough debuffs on the boss, you're going to win. If you don't get enough debuffs on the boss, you're going to lose. It's kind of as simple as that. Could the gear be yet better? Yeah. I mean, I suppose 30 days in, you're not going to have, one-shot potential gear. But, I mean, yeah, I guess the gear could be better, if you have the time to farm more. But it is, I mean, if the effect resistance is what it is in Wyvern, I mean, you can put 65 on your debuffers, and it can still resist. It's got a 15% chance. You can have them on 300 speed. Again, after 30 days, I don't know how you're going to do that, but that'd be pretty cool. But even if all three of these units right here, the back three units were all 300 speed, 65 effectiveness, you can still fail. Because if you don't get the debuffs there, he's going to slay one of your units. And he doesn't have the defense break up first turn. Alexa isn't bringing poison, so it's all on Clarissa right here. She gets a bleed off. So where does the Wyvern hit? The Wyvern hits Clarissa. And it's a failed run. That's just a good example of it is what it is. Furious might not have the right... it's just bad luck. Furious took a turn in the first wave he didn't need to, or used his second and third skill at a time it didn't need to, and the unit might have had 1 health left, and then you walk in and your defense chance is gone from Furious, so you're banking on Clarissa. He can burn, but it's not likely. He's got a 20% chance, so you're probably not going to hit it. Because once it gets past that check, the boss has an innate chance to just flat out resist, regardless of your effectiveness. So his burn is not reliable in the team. Alexa is probably just not going to have her second skill go first in the Wyvern. I mean, depending on your speed, I guess you could play with that and try to work that out. But it's probably just not going to happen. She's probably going to use her third or first skill, whatever she can use. So, going back in again. Clarissa, and the same thing happens again. Okay, so here she gets both off, which the defense break is a 50% chance, and the bleed is, she can land 2 bleeds with her first skill because of the exclusive equipment I have on her. But if she doesn't hit that, the run is over again. So you can flat out just get resisted out. Whereas with Sigret in your team, it's unbelievably unlikely that you are going to get resisted out. If you've got Sigret and Clarissa, or obviously if you have Seaside Bologna and you have Sigret, or you have Seaside Bologna and you have Clarissa, or Sigret, Clarissa, like any of those 3 units in any combination, you're almost always going to win Wyvern 13 because they bring so many debuffs. I mean, it's just, yeah, you're probably just not going to fail because you have so many chances to debuff. But when you're missing Sigret and you're missing Seaside Bologna, Clarissa kind of makes the team possible, because you could be running Misty Chain and Alexa, and if neither of them have their second skills up, you're not going to get the debuffs off. Furious is only getting 1 chance. He's getting a defense break off, or he's potentially getting a burn off, and the burn is not a very high chance. So even with that team where you've got Alexa and Misty Chain, that's a scary team too to try to work out. So you have to have debuffs land. So picking up Sigret is the best thing you can do from selective summons. Long story short, just if you're at the beginning of the game and you're not too far in, you haven't gotten anything that you're scared to part ways with yet, then just pick up Sigret, because she will make this team so much easier for you. She brings a bunch of damage. She brings the debuffs you need. And she's a 5-star, so she's got a little higher base stats anyway. But yeah, that's how the team runs. That's how the team fails. If this team fails, it's because your debuffs didn't land fast enough. You didn't get 2 debuffs off on the boss at least. If you succeed, you got 2 or more debuffs off onto the boss. That's all you can really say about this team. It doesn't matter the speed you have. None of that stuff matters. I mean, you just have to, at a certain point, hope, because this is a 50% attacks all enemies by spending inflicting 2 bleeding effects for 2 turns. So this is a 100% chance to inflict bleeds, but a 50% chance to get a defense break. And this is a 100% chance to inflict bleed, a 50% chance to decrease defense, and then this has a inflicts bleeding for 2 turns when using harsh lessons. That's your first skill here. So you've got 2 bleed, 2 100% chances to bleed on this skill, but as you saw in the run, they can get resisted quite easily. Both times I ran it, the first turn she used skill 1 both times. Once she got decreased defense off and bleeding off, and once she just got 1 bleeding off. So you can get 3 debuffs off, but and this is huge. You have got to get this exclusive equipment for Clarissa to make this run work, or have at least a higher chance. But you know, you get resisted a lot. She's got the effectiveness she needs. She's got 66. She should have more speed. It'd be nice if she had more attack, more crit damage, but I mean, you can just get you can just get resisted and fail. I suppose the same thing can happen with Sigret and Seaside Bologna, but it's probably not going to happen with those two. There's so many more debuffs you're bringing. Once again, Alexa, don't build Jonah. I thought she was useful. I didn't realize decreased speed doesn't land on the boss, so this is completely useless. I saw decreased speed, debuff ignores effect resistance, and I was like, wow, this is great for Wyvern. And then I was in Wyvern 13, confused as to why my Jonah wasn't doing anything. And this is only a 75% chance here. The decreases attack is a 50% chance, so don't waste the time there. I think I have a Misty Chain is right here, and she gets grant survive. Oh wait, is that when an enemy is defeated? When the enemy is defeated, grant survive. Yeah, so this isn't, that's really, that's useless. This is a 100% chance to decrease attack and unhealable, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown once you get it up. But again, I can just get resisted, and this might not be the first skill she uses when she hits the Wyvern phase of Wyvern. So you miss that. You miss Alexis Poisons here. He uses this skill instead of these 2 skills. These 2 here. He uses this one instead and misses the burn, because he's almost always going to miss the burn. And you're totally screwed. So it's possible to kill the boss, but if you're early game enough, you haven't gotten any units that you like yet, just reroll and get Sigret if you didn't choose her to begin with. There's nothing stronger that you can even get. Vildred, you can just get Arbiter now, and there's nothing other than that. There was people think Isaria and Ravi are strong, and Charlotte and whatever else, and those 3 are great. Charlotte is great, Ravi is great. I don't have Isaria, but Isaria is great too. But Sigret and Vildred are just flat out better. But since you can get Arbiter Vildred for free, just get Sigret, pick up your Arbiter. He's going to take you through adventure and all that stuff, and you're totally good there. And Sigret is going to be anchoring your Wyvern team. I mean, I've summoned all these all these units, and there's just, I mean, I can hardly do Wyvern because, I mean, I can. It's like a 70% chance to win, I think. If I don't know if I have a big enough sample size, but it's unlikely that you're going to have amazing success without Sigret. This is the free gear you get for your tank. Furious is on 3 different pieces of free gear. This one these 2 just dropped at random. This was from like Adventure or something, I think. It's an level 80 piece. And then these I got from a crafting event. This could just be a normal 85 piece of speed gear that you pulled from the blacksmith. You just need speed and effectiveness. That's all you need on Furious. It doesn't need to be this good. This is a really nice piece. So Furious is easy, just 210 or more speed. I would like it if I had more than this, but I don't. Alexa and Clarissa, you're kind of hoping for 195 to 200 speed. I'm not there yet on that either. More attack is always good. More crit damage is always good. Her effectiveness is fine. Alexa's effectiveness is not high enough, but as you saw in the runs, she's not even doing skill 2 anyway. Skill 2 is almost never going to be done to the boss. She'd rather use this if she has it up, and I mean, this gets priority over skill 2, and if neither of these are up, she's going to use skill 1, so not a high chance to use skill 2. Yeah, Clarissa is really the only saving grace in this team. She brings the entire team together because she's the only one that's reliably giving me debuffs. Furious is reliably giving me a defense break. The burn isn't reliable. These poisons aren't reliable. This is much more reliable. The bleeds here, the defense break is not as reliable as Furious, but it's on both skills. So Clarissa is the MVP of this team. Angelica is just there to take a beating and look pretty. More speed would be helpful because she could heal more, but I take this off and she's losing 80% health. It's 60% health and 20% defense. And 15% effectiveness is nice too, and she's got a little speed there, I guess, but like it's 80% tank stats that she's losing by me taking this off. So the piece of gear that I get here, the speed boot, would have to have health and defense right here to make it make any sense for me to put speed here, because she's losing so much by me taking this off. Clarissa and Alexa and Furious aren't that hard to build. You don't need a ton of damage. I should take this off and put effectiveness on to get effectiveness higher and get some speed there. Here I should get speed here or here. When I get the gear, I guess I'll do it, but it's just, you're going to get resisted and you're going to lose Wyvern runs without Sigret. I can't get around that for everyone. Like, there's no cheat code in this game. I can't run 3 Clarissas and an Angelica. It'd be great if I could. It'd be a massive waste, though. I could just build Sigret, right? So anyway, I wish I had picked up Sigret. This would be so much easier. Every other dungeon in the game is really quite easy. You get the right units for Banshee and you can one-shot. Golem isn't hard. Asmonak isn't hard. I haven't done any KDs at all, but I'm sure that's really not that hard. But Wyvern 13 is really hard. You have to have a lot of speed, a lot of effectiveness, and as much damage as you can get on your units. And without Sigret, the debuffs aren't there. It's Clarissa literally carries his team. Yeah, and I know everyone has seen successful runs with just Angelic Montmorency, Alexa, Furious, and Misty Chain. We've all seen that video, or those videos, however many there are. But that's not the real world. I mean, those teams are not reliable. They can't be, because you can get resisted so easily. And I mean, yeah, she's going to get resisted regularly anyway. But once again, this isn't up that much. So just get Sigret. It is possible. You can do it. I Reforging, I have 746 pieces here. So, and I've already used 200 for that one boot on Furious. And crafting, I've got a ton of these. So, I mean, the team is successful enough that I'm able to build resources up really fast. But it could be like a 95% team with Sigret on it and the exact same gear that Alexa has or that Clarissa has, doesn't matter. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Just, it is possible, but please just pick up Sigret. You know, reroll. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.